What's up? What it do? What's poppin'? So anyways, I hadn't got y'all a real good story time in a while. So guess what? Story time, bitch, is about some crazy ass shit that happened when I was really addicted to meth. So anyways, I have my little boyfriend, you know, the one I did all the crazy psychotic stuff to. His name was Chris. Anyways, hey Chris, if you see this. Anyways, all right. So let's start this out by saying that I'm psycho anyway. I'm a little bit crazy anyway. All right, you be around me enough, you'll know that. I'm crazy anyways. I was drug crazy. So the man started out a normal man. Like I created the monster. So don't by no means think like, oh, I can't believe that this happened to you and that man was a horrible man. Anyways, if you go back and listen to my story times, anyways, I created a monster, okay? So at this point, like, he had already lost everything and I was running off and he couldn't find me nowhere. And we was really at the end of our relationship, you know what I'm saying? I was done. He done lost his house. So he was on house arrest because, like, his house got raided, right? Because, probably because of me. So, like, he was on house arrest and he had sold his house and he was living in, like, this real mini house, like, this real nice little building thing in his mama backyard. Okay, so that's where he had ended up living. And our relationship, you know, had took his course and like, he was losing his mind because he was losing me, I guess. So I put a pop-up on him, you know what I'm saying? I had been missing for a minute. So I put a little pop-up on him and he want to talk about everything. He want to talk about everything we going through and talk about all this and talk about all that. Motherfucker, I didn't want to talk about it. I was just trying to pop up. I don't know what I was trying to do, right? But I didn't want to talk no more, you know what I'm saying? Feelings and emotions started getting involved, like shit started getting intense. Like I'm trying to get the fuck out of this situation. I should have never popped up. Damn, I didn't want to have all this conversation and stuff. You know what I'm saying? It was too much for me, too intense or whatever. So I'm trying to get the fuck out of the conversation, but he got to go somewhere and do something. Like he got to take his daughter somewhere or some shit, right? So he don't want to leave me there because he knows that I'm going to leave. You know what I'm saying? But I didn't cause so much drama with his people and stuff cause a lot of drama that he couldn't take me with him, right? So he had padlocked me in the motherfucking building, okay? Padlocked me in that bitch. I couldn't get out, you know what I'm saying? The windows, none of them big enough for me to crawl out of, and he thought he was gonna keep me in. Well, guess what? I'm a determined motherfucker. And you should have tied me up. You want to try to keep me in. Cause get what? So the building made of like wood, you know what I'm saying? It's made of wood, and then he had put some like sheetrock where the wood is, and then got some little vinyl siding on the outside. Okay, that's what the building made of. All right, so I got the end table. Like I had went and found like an end table. Okay, I know this crazy as fuck. Found the end table. I'm gonna get out that motherfucking building before he get back in and make me have all this conversation. I'm gonna show this motherfucking padlock me in something. And you ain't no motherfucking police. Okay, so I took the end table, right, and I beat it and I beat through the sheetrock. Okay, I got through the sheetrock, and then I just kept taking the end table and beating it through the motherfucking wood. Okay, and I kept hitting the wood, and you know, cause we was dope at it, so we got like hella torches and shit. So like I went and got the butane torch, like shh, right, bitch. I took that butane torch and I started burning that wood and getting that wood good and hot. I slang that motherfucking end table through that bitch. All right, then I got a hole, right. I started burning the wood some more, right, and then I sling that end table back through it, right, so I made a hole big enough for me to crawl out, motherfucker, with that end table and that torch, right, and then I was to like the vinyl siding. Okay, I was to the vinyl siding. Y'all, I took that little torch and that little vinyl siding up and kicked that shit out. All right, then there was a hole. Motherfucker crawled out that bitch. You can't hold a real bitch in, okay, because I crawled out that motherfucker, and then he can't hold. He had a hole in this wall and his bitch was gone. I don't know what to tell you.